João Fonseca is a name you'll want to remember. At just 18 years old, this Brazilian tennis talent has already achieved what most players at his age can only dream of, winning the Next Gen ATP Finals, breaking into the top 150, and proving he's got what it takes to compete with the best in the world. So without further introduction, let's dive into his journey from a sport-loving kid in Rio to one of the brightest young stars on the ATP Tour. Let's get started. When Joao was just 2 years old, his father Cristiano's yoga teacher noticed something special about him. She pointed out that Joao's reflexes and coordination were far above average for his age. These natural abilities came effortless for him, and his quick reaction time stood out. Joao was fortunate to grow up in a sports-loving family, where everyone was actively involved in different sports. So Joao had the opportunity to try all kinds of activities. He played soccer, tennis, jiu-jitsu, judo, volleyball, swimming, skateboarding, surfing, and even skiing. His mom said he was good at everything he did. And at around 9 years old, Joao entered his first tournament. And since his family couldn't take him to tournaments every single weekend, he had to pick just one. He chose one, lost in the second match, and the first thing he asked for after the match is to go to another tournament next week. He was eager to compete again, and that love for competition was his biggest motivation, according to his mom. By the age of 12, Joao was already one of the top 5 young players in Brazil, frequently reaching semifinals. And up until then, his focus was already split between soccer and tennis. But exactly at the age of 12, he had the decision to fully commit to tennis. Joao credits much of his success to his parents, particularly his dad, whom he considers his idol, in addition to being his agent and dealing with all the professional matters. Joao is also grateful to his mom, who herself plays tennis, and encouraged him to pursue this sport from a young age. At the age of 12, Joao met his current coach, Guilherme Teixeira, at the Rio de Janeiro Country Club, and they formed an immediate connection. Joao and Teixeira have built a strong relationship, and Joao sees him not only as a coach, but also as a second father and best friend. Teixeira first recognized Joao's potential when he was just 11. He was impressed by the quality of Joao's shots and the pure contact he had with the ball, which was ahead of most kids at his age. But what really stood out to Teixeira's even more was Joao's calmness, and the truth that wins didn't excite him that much, and losses didn't make him all that sad. Teixeira believes that on tour, it's essential to stay emotionally grounded, since you are competing week after week and resetting mentally after each match. This quality is something Joao has naturally had. Joao's typical training day with his coach follows a structured schedule to ensure he stays at his best. So this is how a typical day for Joao looks like. He generally has acai on breakfast, especially when he's in Brazil. And as you can see, he begins his day with muscle tests to assess how hard he can push himself that day, followed by physiotherapy and warm-up, gym session, and then on-court practice, without ignoring lunch and rest, and on-court practice again, with another gym session to end the day with the physiotherapy. In addition to his schedule, rest, proper nutrition, and breathing exercises are key to helping Joao stay calm during matches. And by the way, Joao only uses WhatsApp to stay connected with close friends and family. He avoids distractions like Instagram and other social media during tournaments to keep his focus sharp. And this approach has helped him notice a direct correlation between cutting out distractions and results on court. And fast forward to 2023, and Joao was already making waves on the junior circuit. He won the US Open boys singles title, reached the quarterfinals at the Australian Open, Roland Garros, and Wimbledon, and also finished the year as the ITF World Champion and Junior World Number 1. Joao started 2024 outside the top 700 in the ATP ranking, but ended the year at the number 145 after a great run in Challenger and shining at home during the Rio de Janeiro ATP 500, a tournament he used to attend as a fan years ago. He defeated world number 36 Arthur Fils for his first ATP Tour win, becoming the youngest Brazilian quarterfinals in the Open era. At just 18 years old and 3 months old, João Fonseca has already made a name for himself, becoming the second youngest player to win the Next Gen ATP Finals title, only behind 2019 champion Jannik Sinner, who was 18 years old and 2 months when he claimed the title. This early success has led to comparisons between the two, with many seeing similarities in their games and personalities. Fonseca is that type of player who likes to play the big guys and enjoy difficult matches in big stadiums. He absolutely loves the pressure and belongs on the stage of tennis, where you have to be brave and go for the shot. Just like Jannik Sinner, he stays calm under pressure and is able to perform well in important moments. Fonseca's aggression style and eagerness to take on tough matches have led to big wins, including victories over players like Arthur Fils and Christian Garin, results that have helped him establish himself as one of the rising stars in tennis. Joao has always looked up to Sinner, seeing a lot of himself in the Italian star. He admires Sinner's aggressive game style, technical ability, and calmness on court, qualities Joao has worked to develop in his own game. Fonseca even met Sinner at the 2023 Nitto ATP Finals in Turin, where he had the chance to hit with Sinner for the first time. At that meeting, Sinner was impressed by Joao's talent and encouraged him to turn pro, telling him exactly, "You're too good to go to college, you have to go pro." Although Joao had initially planned to go to college, his standout performance earlier in 2024 influenced his decision to turn pro in February, marking a key turning point in his career. So from their big serves and effortless baseline power to their reserve personalities, Fonseca and Sinner share many traits. Players are known for their ability to change the course of a match with a well-placed forehand or a sharp two-handed backhand down the line. Fonseca, like Sinner, doesn't show too much emotion on court, preferring to let his game speak for itself. Fans have already started to draw parallels between the two, giving Joao nicknames like Little Sinner. Yet Fonseca is focused on forging his own path, stating that he's just trying to be Joao. So the question remains, does Joao Fonseca have what it takes to follow in Sinner's footsteps and one day reach world number one? While it's still early in his career, Joao has shown the potential to reach the top. His aggressive playing style, maturity under pressure, and mental toughness are all qualities that can propel him to great heights in the world of tennis. Of course, there's still a long road ahead, and the competition at the top will be fierce, but Joao has all the tools to make it happen. Time will tell if he can fulfill the promise and rise to the top, but based on his current trajectory, he's certainly a player to watch.